Here comes the, here comes the, here comes the. Y'all don't really want it like that. Yeah. Here comes the, no. Here comes the, oh. Here comes the. Y'all don't really want it like that. Yeah. Here comes the, no. Here comes the, oh. Here comes the. Y'all don't really want it like that.
What's up, Titans Nation? Welcome in to the 615. It's your host, Lee Hillis, and it is time. The NFL draft is here, but first, let's give a quick shout out to our sponsors over at SeatGeek. You can use our code 615podcast, that is 615 PODCAST, at checkout for $20 off your first order. $50 or more on SeatGeek.com or on the SeatGeek app. And we have a couple of special people joining us. He's back. TK. What's up, my guy?
Cut out there for a bit, but I'm back.
What's up, dude?
What up, brother?
How you been?
Good, man. Good to be back. Good to see everybody again. It's been a hot minute, but of course I had to come back on and jump on for this, And y'all might be seeing a little bit more of me to come in the very near future. Tyler's gonna be back a little bit more.
A little bit.
A little bit.
And the other just joining us for just a little bit, at least through the first pick, from Locked On Canes, Alex Deneau. Alex, how are you, man?
I'm doing well. I'm excited. I'm excited for Cam Ward, who we widely expect to be that first pick, spoiler alert. But I'm also excited for you guys, and I'm excited for your listeners and viewers because you guys have the #1 overall pick. I mean, I'm a long-suffering Dolphin fan where, the Dolphins are never good enough to win anything meaningful, and they're never bad enough to have the #1 overall pick. I'm just kind of always stuck in the middle there.
Hey, I know it's weird that we're excited.
In the mediocre middle.
Exactly.
Always, never ending with the Dolphins. I mean, I know they won Super Bowls like, more than a decade before I was born in the 70s. I didn't get to enjoy that. So
but there was we have had our first trade in the NFL draft. And it's a weird one. This happened about 5 p.m. Eastern, so about 3 hours ago. The Texans and the Browns have made a trade. The Texans have traded a 2025 fifth-round pick, which is pick 166, and a 2027 fifth-rounder. And the Cleveland Browns are sending to the Texans a 2025 sixth-round picks and a 2025 seventh.
So my thing with that, Lee, and I was just kind of telling you guys before we went live, like the Texans have to load up on O-line right now. Like if they don't go O-line first, I mean, honestly, like I know there's gonna be some receivers in that realm right there. But to be honest with you, they have to go O-line because you've heard of the sophomore slump. Well, I mean, I know they still were the Texans. They won the divisions, whatever. That's great. But CJ was not what he was last year. And a lot of that had to do to protection. So they have to load up. And that's the only reason I can think they did that is because even if it's in later rounds, they're going to get what they can because their O-line's honestly that bad.
So the NFL draft is fixing to get underway from Green Bay, Wisconsin. home of the Green Bay Packers. So, how do we feel?
Let's let Alex talk a little bit on Cam for a bit, because if we don't get him, I'm gonna cry. So let's let
I
him
mean,
sound off for a little bit.
well, yeah. I mean, listen. Obviously, there's always going to be a little bit of suspense until the pick is made. If the Titans don't select Cam Ward, would probably be the biggest first overall pick surprise and maybe the best smokescreen ever. Because it's just one of there hasn't and there are certain years that are like this where the number one pick is known for weeks or days or sometimes even months. Seems to be the case here, but the odds, like if you go to the sports books, it's been like 20,000 to 1 for Ward to get taken first overall. There's been a lot of rhetoric out there about the Titans have stopped shopping the pick. And I was at Cam Ward's pro day at Miami a few weeks back, and it seemed as though the Titans contingent that was there looked like that was the guy that they were about to draft first overall. That's what some of the talk and the body language seemed to indicate. And Ward, I've talked to you guys both on and off the air. I know, Lee, I talked to you about Cam Ward a few weeks ago on the show. It's been remarkable, being able to cover him for the past year at Miami. It feels like he was at Miami for more than the 1 year, because he's so just completely immersed himself in everything Hurricanes, and getting to know his parents a little bit. His father Calvin, his mom Patrice are just great people. And some things I'll say about Ward. Obviously every first overall pick, every quarterback taken in the first round, he's going to be scrutinized. There's going to be a lot of debates between now and the Titans opening game. And, depending on how Ward performs as a rookie, there's going to be debates on, how good is he? How good was the pick? Did he really rightfully belong as the number one overall pick? It's not an easy position to adapt to immediately. But I was telling Tyler off the air before the show, in terms of the idea of Cam Ward being an immediate day one rookie starter, I feel not only is he, I think, equipped for that physically, just in terms of his capability to make every throw, his instincts, his pocket presence. He's got a lot of tools physically, but really what I think makes Ward unique out of players that I've covered over the years. I have never covered someone. I've covered the Dolphins and the Miami Hurricanes for a long time. I don't think I've ever covered someone who's just so focused and so dedicated to his craft in Ward. Like, the guy doesn't really, I think the only hobby that he has is he likes to go fishing, but he doesn't, outside of football, he's so focused and he's so dedicated. He's so hardworking and he's so mentally mature about it. You're going to see, assuming he's about to become a Titan, the first time that he has to report for, rookie mini camp and then OTAs and all that, he's going to have the respect and command of his locker room immediately, even as a rookie. And I can guarantee you that he is going to have command. Even guys who are 7-8 year veterans are going to respect Cam Ward because he's just got that type of a personality. So I think that just being uniquely mentally equipped to handle something like this, and he's always had a chip on his shoulder. I mean, it's been pretty well publicized for the past couple of weeks, his journey from, a guy at Columbia High School in Columbia, Texas, which I think is near San Antonio, ran a wing T offense in high school. So he wasn't really scouted and recruited. Was a 0-star recruit. His only offer out of high school was to Incarnate Word. Always had that chip on his shoulder to prove the doubters wrong. And it's something, and some people have the chip and it turns you into like a comic book villain. That's not the case for Cam Ward. Like, he uses that chip constructively because I think it just made him more kind of dedicated and all in with football and what he does. So you're definitely getting a guy who loves football, is dedicated to it, and is probably going to know the Titans playbook inside and outside within a couple of hours of receiving that thing. That's just the type of guy he is.
I love hearing that, man, because we need a guy like that right now. We don't have a lot of veteran presence, and we need a guy that's young. Go ahead, Lee. Sorry.
So what he was talking about, he was actually just south of Houston, about an hour outside of Houston.
Mm.
And the commissioner is at the podium.
Woo!
Here we go. Let's hear it. God, I've waited for a while for this.
Well, then you got to wonder how when the Titans are on the clock, are they going to take it? Are they going to take the whole clock? They usually, I think the NFL encourages the first pick to do that to build
I do
up the
too.
suspense and the talking points. So they're probably going to take the whole clock.
What's the clock at right now, Lee? Is it started?
The clock has not started, but the
Okay.
way it's laid out is the first round, every pick is 10 minutes.
Right.
And then it goes, I want to say like 7 for day 2.
Yeah, we talked
And then,
about yeah,
and then it's 5 minutes for day 3.
yeah.
But like that 6th and 7th round, they just,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
they're like really
Yeah,
quick.
they glide through that though. Those late rounds. If you're trying to follow it, you're like, wait, that was 3 picks ago. I was waiting on that pick, and then like 3 picks happen when they're in commercial. You're like, wait, what's going on?
What's
I just
going on?
honestly, yeah, at that point, I just check my app or whatever I got. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Like,
Lil
Like,
Wayne. Lil Wayne's on the stage.
oh God.
And Clay Matthews is at the mic. Jordy Nelson is there.
What they've made this such a circus show now. I just want to know who we're selecting. I know how it is, but man.
Well, remember
By
how
the
it
way,
was
I
in
think
Nashville?
yeah, I was about to say that one of the coolest drafts. I wasn't there in person, but the Nashville draft a few years back was one of
I
the
was there.
coolest to watch. You were there. I mean,
I was
that,
there.
what was there a
So-
couple 100,000 people there, like on the street.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Between
Alex,
there, Walk of Fame Park, and over by the stadium, there was like over 600,000
That's crazy.
over 3 days.
So I was working in hospitality and hotels at that time. So I worked at the Omni, some downtown Nashville, and then the Hilton right there on Broadway. So that was during that time. That was honestly, when I tell you, I loved it, and I did get to see the Titans pick. That's great. I was off work by that time, but I will say those days it was pure hell for me. Like it was crazy. Like it was. I've never seen
up.
anything like that in Nashville.
Cadillacs, 24s, Tennessee pimping, Superfly, whiskey drinking, Tennessee women. If you ain't from the 6th, then you can't ride with me. 12s in the back, that's how we tend.
The Tennessee Titans are officially on the clock.
Yeah.
Love it.
9 and
Well,
a
let
half
me.
minutes.
I'll say a few things more about Cam Ward because I'll have to run it. I think I probably got 5 more minutes. By the way, a little longer than I thought. But before I run, like I want to say because I talked about obviously, the mental maturity and leadership from Ward. I think is something that's going to help him be a day one guy. Just to talk a little bit about him as a quarterback. Obviously it's always optimal for a quarterback to play with the best possible or behind the best possible offensive line. But one of the attributes that I think makes Ward special is I think the dude has eyes in the back of his head. Like he's very instinctual when it comes to feeling pressure and eluding the first pass rusher. I mean, if the first guy that gets into that backfield and tries to sack him is going to miss, at least at the college level, it may be a little bit more difficult to elude somebody at the NFL level, but he's almost always going to make the first pass rusher miss if someone gets into the backfield, can manipulate the pocket, get outside the pocket. He's a capable runner, but he's not a run-first quarterback. He's always going to be looking to extend plays and find a receiver downfield, usually running. I mean, sometimes there's going to be maybe designed runs in the red zone, but he's not typically a guy who's going to scramble without kind of exhausting his options down the field first. He's always going to look to be a throw-first guy, which I would hope would kind of help with his career longevity, that he's not going to, take as many hits. He's not going to choose run as much. And that's where Ward does some of his best work, is when, plays break down and he buys time and finds somebody downfield. That's also, like, if I'm going to, critique his game, it's a little bit of a double-edged sword with his risk taking, because there's going to be, more often than not, he's going to, create these Sports Center top 10 play type of, I can't believe he completed that crossbody touchdown pass to the back corner of the end zone. You're going to get a lot of that, but when it comes to a little bit of that gunslinger mentality, that can also potentially lead to some interceptions here and there. I know he's going to be working with the Titans staff to try and be selective and keep those negative plays to a minimum. But it's sometimes with him, you have to take the good with the bad. And there's very few, if any, perfect quarterback prospects over the years. And I think if you're going to look at something to critique about Cam Ward's game, it's sometimes he's going to try to play hero ball a little bit too much. That was, I think, something I saw him working on throughout the season last year at Miami, that I think later in the year, he was a little bit quicker to throw some things away, instead of always trying to force, a 40-yard gain. So, I know it's something that he's very conscious of, but sometimes you're going to get the risk taking with him. And I think that's probably the primary knock, is there's going to be people who will either be concerned about turnovers or will try to kind of label him as a turnover prone guy.
Yeah, for sure. Because, as Titans fans, a lot of people are like, well, he has Will Levis like in him a little bit when it comes to that. I'm like, yeah, it's not like that. It's not that bad, though. Not even close.
No. I don't think so either.
So, they were showing the Titans war room. They were just sitting there doing nothing.
They're just taking the time down.
Yeah, like he said, they probably were like, "Hey, we already know you're taking him, but you're gonna have to use the whole 10 minutes." Like,
I see they're on the phone with somebody. They're calling Shedeur Sanders right now to say, we're gonna shock the world and pick you first overall.
5.5 minutes left on
Alex,
the clock.
I really liked you when you first came on, man. No.
Believe me. I want Cam Ward to be the first pick. Believe me.
I know.
The kid deserves it. The kid deserves it.
I mean, he has to. He has to. I'm hoping he's the future, man.
It would be a historic story, going from 0-star recruit to the number 1 overall pick.
Absolutely.
Something else about Ward. I thought of this because they're showing some of his highlights at Miami right now. There were, Miami's defense was not good last year, so Ward was in a lot of shootouts. There were a couple games in
Duke
particular.
game. I think it was the Duke game.
Well, yeah, the Duke game was a shootout. Yeah, that was a shootout for like 3 quarters, and then Miami pulled away. But then, like, the big comeback games, like Miami was down double digits late against. They're showing Ward on TV right now. If you need to cut me off at any point and cut in, just feel free to interrupt me in a second. But I want to mention with Ward that there were a couple games against Virginia Tech and against Cal when Miami was down big. Yeah. Well, the Syracuse game they lost, unfortunately, but some of the games that they were down big in the fourth quarter and in the second half, when you could kind of see some of Ward's teammates maybe panicking a little bit, the guy's just like, his demeanor is like 0-0. It's like they were down like
just
25 points. They were down 25 points to Cal in the second half, and Ward is like, don't worry, we're going to come back and beat these guys.
It's going to be fine. We're going to be fine.
Yeah.
I don't think you could tell. I don't think you could tell a little bit ago. I saw Travis Hunter standing up. I'm like, God, don't. I would end the stream right here if we draft Travis Hunter. I would.
Just cut it off.
Lee, we're the Titans, so let's not even make comments like that. Because you never know with us. Good Lord. How much time's left on the clock, bud?
Pick is in.
Hold on. Pick is in. They're about to announce.
Cam Ward, baby.
There we go.
It is Cam Ward.
There it is.
There it
Beautiful.
is.
Cam Ward
Yes.
is a Tennessee Titan.
Welcome to the psych ward.
That's good.
He's a psych ward.
Oh,
Let's
man.
go. Let's go.
Well, and I'll say this on the way out. You know, I said this on Locked On Canes earlier today, and I'll say it again for you guys. Like, even though I am a long-suffering Dolphin fan, and I will never turn my allegiances away from my childhood NFL team, I am gonna have a soft spot for the Tennessee Titans. Like, I am going like that's gonna be my second team. That's gonna be my
Welcome to
second
the dark
team.
side, my friend.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be rooting hard for Cam Ward.
The dark side.
Yeah. That's awesome. Oh, that's
The Tennessee
awesome, man.
Titans select Cam Ward. Jacksonville has just over 6.5 minutes to make the pick. So it's
Wait,
easy to say,
wait, what?
oh, Cleveland made a freaking trade.
Yeah,
What?
I was about to say.
Hold on. Trade
I
alert.
didn't.
The Jacksonville Jaguars are on the clock.
Who were they?
Is
Who
that
were they
for-
after?
Is
They're
that for
probably going
Travis Hunter?
Travis.
Maybe it's got to be for Travis.
It's got to be for Travis.
It has.
Oh,
got
it's going to be a good
Travis
night, Lee.
Ooh.
What was the
fellas,
trade?
fellas, I
What
got
was the
to
trade?
run. So I want to say to you both, Tyler, it was great meeting you. Lee,
You
it was
too,
great
man.
seeing you again. Thank you guys so much for having me. And again, like you should start like a group chat with me during Titans games because I'll be wanting
Absolutely, we will. Hey, we will.
I'll be wanting to talk Cam Ward with you guys.
Absolutely. Hey, we really appreciate you coming on, man.
Dude, it's my pleasure. Thank you guys so much, and enjoy the moment. Enjoy the rest of the draft.
Absolutely. I'll see you. Thank you.
Oh, we will.
See ya.
Man,
What in the hell?
what? I'm trying to find the details.
My phone is blowing up right now because of all of this. Lee, I hate to do this. I've got to go for 1 second. I'll be right back.
All right.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
So the Jacksonville Jaguars are on the clock. They need wide receiver, tight end, defensive interior, or safety. Oh.
All right. I'm back. I'm back.
And it is official. The pick
I
is
tell you-
in for Jacksonville.
Hey, what was the trade? What was it?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
Yeah, we got to find that out. Oh, my phone is blowing up. I'm getting notifications and texts from
Okay, here it
people
is.
and
Here it is. The Browns Jaguars trade. Browns receive 5th overall pick, 36th overall pick, 126th overall, and a 2026 first.
are we gonna have to deal with Travis Hunter? It's what it's looking like.
Jaguars receive 2nd overall,
Lee, who did they
104th
select? You said the
overall,
pick is
and
in.
200.
Lee, who did they get?
The another name that I am seeing
Who did they select? You said
is
the pick is in.
the pick is in, but the commissioner has not came back out. The
Oh,
one
okay. I'm over here freaking out, dude. I'm like, what?
the one name, the other name, the only name that's really going around outside of Travis Hunter is a guy that Josh wanted, Abdul
Abdul.
Carter. Sheesh.
How would
So
I?
Cam Ward,
I
what do you think
yeah.
about the Cam Ward trade?
You mean wait? Trey? What are you talking?
Or the Cam Ward pick.
Oh man. I mean, that's what we wanted. That's what we needed. Now I'm curious to see.
Okay. Here's the commissioner.
Okay. Can you turn your TV up? Because I don't have it on out here.
I'm honored to take a moment to recognize a player who's made a profound impact on and off the field. The Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year Award, presented by Nationwide, recognizes one player each year who best represents greatness and compassion, both on and off the field and in the community. Tonight, we are proud to join by the 2024 Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year, Eric Armstead.
Yep. That's exactly what we're thinking.
Who was it?
Travis.
Is that who they selected?
I've got
I want to say thank you.
I've got PFF up. I've got PFF up, and every time it's going to update. So the New York Giants are on the clock.
All right, Lee.
Could we get Shador?
I think they're going Abdul, man. Shador's not going this early. I really think he's going to drop.
Or do we get a Jackson Dart?
Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that because they were talking about that. But then again, I know the Saints were also in talks with Jackson Dart because it's looking like David Carr is like jacked up for the year.
I mean, Derek.
No, David Carr. For the Saints. I think the Saints.
It's Derek.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah.
David Carr played for the Texans.
Yeah, I get them mixed up all the time. But yeah, like back to that Travis Hunter pick though, real quick. I hope he doesn't turn out being what people think because we're gonna have to deal with him for years to come if that's the case.
And twice a year.
Every year, twice a year. Yeah. How much time do the Giants have? 10?
It's probably going to be about 6.5 minutes.
Okay.
And when each pick comes in, I'm throwing it in the comment section.
Okay.
So if you come back and look at this later to see our reactions to these picks, just look in the comment section.
Yeah.
But they're already down under 5 minutes. The Giants are.
I'm wondering, is it 10 minutes per pick or is it?
It's 10 minutes per pick.
Yeah, when trades happen and stuff though, I'm wondering if they'll go ahead and select early.
Well, basically, the other team has what's left on the clock.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying.
So, like, if there's like 7 minutes on the clock and when the trade is officially in, that's what, like, with this trade, like let's say there's like 6.5, 7 minutes left.
Yeah.
Whatever's left on the clock when that trade is pushed through to the individuals at the desk, that's what, like, Jacksonville has.
Okay.
I mean, I bet Dion's freaking happy.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
Good Lord.
Hmm.
I'm wondering.
So pick is in for the Giants.
Okay. Roll it. Da-na-na, da-na-na. But
So who do you think it is? It's either Carter or
dude, this is
what's his
the
name?
pick I was talking about, man. The thing is because they were saying like they had heavy interest in Dart. That was on 3HL.
Yeah.
Which to any of the local listeners, that's our station here, the late show on
In Nashville.
104.5. Shout out. Yeah, so
104.5, The Zone.
the zone. But
Or
yeah,
as Bert likes to say on RKW, 104.5, The Zone.
the zone.
The Zone. Well, Travis Hunter to, as Liam Cohen said, Duval.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy, man, about that
That's a home
is
run. That's a home run pick for Liam Cohen.
yeah, but honestly, man, what's weird about it is there was a lot of talks about Jacksonville wanting Genty too. Jacksonville
I,
and then
I
obviously the
think
Raiders.
Genty.
But now
I think
I've seen a lot of
Genty
mock drafts.
I think Genty's going to Vegas.
Yeah, his because the betting odds on it that I saw today, like the new ones or whatever, which I don't bet or anything, but I do
So
pay attention to them because Vegas is not the Raiders, but Vegas when it comes to betting is normally right when they put their stuff out. It had him over under like 6. So I think
so
you're right, Lee.
um I sent you my final mock draft.
It wasn't bad, man. It really wasn't bad. Like
How would
it,
you
it was.
feel? How would you feel about trading back into the first round with Minnesota?
Well, I told you that Minnesota's got 4 picks. And honestly, I think I heard this correctly today. I could be wrong. Do not quote me on
And the
this.
pick is Abdul Carter.
Okay. So now I'm wondering if the draft's going to kind of
And
shape up like we thought.
Mike Vrabel is on the clock.
Braves.
Mike Vrabel is on the clock.
I'm sorry, I miss him. I still do.
I bet Josh is probably crying right now because Abdul Carter. And New England has just under 6.5 left on the clock.
Okay. I'm
So
curious on this, but if we know Braves, Lee, I'll let you go ahead and say it. What position is he probably going to get here?
tackle.
Yeah.
And for me, it's Will Campbell.
Yeah, I mean, I think yeah.
It's Will Campbell. So the Penn State players that have came out, Navarro Bowman, Micah Parsons, now Abdul Carter.
Yeah.
6'3", 250 edge rusher out of Penn State. So Abdul Carter to the Big Apple. So about 5:20 left on the clock for New England. Are they trying to do something?
Wait, what did you just say?
About what?
You said, are they trying to do something? They're not trading,
Oh,
are they?
that's what I'm asking. Because no pick is in.
It's
The
got
pick
to be
is
like you said, Will Campbell.
yeah.
That's LSU guy, right?
Tackle out of LSU. Yeah. Man, these picks are dragging. But
I'm only being silent because I'm not watching it, so like I can't see what you're saying. So like, are they announcing it right now?
not yet. Abdul is still on the stage being interviewed.
I will say though, man, I know that was a debate too for a while. I am glad that we did go the Cam route, man. So we got this is the fourth pick right now.
This is the fourth pick. So I just sent you a picture that I found of Cam in a freaking Titans uniform.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Man, I did not see that Jacksonville to two trade coming, man. I really didn't.
Jacksonville trading up 3 spots to get Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
Man, I finally get a Cam Ward jersey.
Oh, you already said that's happening.
Oh, I said whoever is the number 1 overall pick to Tennessee, that's whose jersey I'm getting. On top of getting Dan Moore. And speaking of the jersey I'm wearing, TK, you know who it is.
Oh yeah, Big Jeff, which has been a question mark on whether or not what we're gonna do with him.
Don't. If you don't go
I
there.
know you literally told me this last or not last night, but like the other night on the phone. You're like, I swear to God, I'm jumping off the bridge.
I will be probably more broken than I was when we traded AJ.
Dude, I remember. You know what's crazy? I remember where I was standing.
When that trade came down.
I actually remember where I was in the house where I was standing, and I went directly to the couch and just sat down and was like, I said a lot
You're like,
of
are you kidding
expletives
me?
that I won't drop on here, but I literally, yeah,
It's like
I was
bleep
like,
bleep 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 bleep.
exactly. It was all of those things. It was bad. I was like,
Oh yeah,
it
let
was
me
like that video. It was like the video of that kid. Is this real life? Like,
let me because I have the clip of Brian Callahan
oh, okay.
talking about Cam Ward.
Are you gonna play it?
To our football team, fantastic.
I'm downloading it first, and then I'm gonna play it.
Very talented quarterback.
Heck yeah. God, man. I don't know. I like the
This is
idea.
dragging
I just
of
heard it.
Cam.
No, 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 no. I'm saying how many minutes are left? Where are we going? What's happening right now on the screen?
New England still their pick hasn't even been announced yet, and
But their
Cleveland's on
pick
the
it.
clock.
Oh, I thought you said Braves
Yeah,
was next.
Braves. He's in New England,
I know. So the Browns are
so
on the clock.
the Browns are on the clock now. Yes. So here is Brian Callahan talking about the drafting of Cam Ward.
Excited to add Cam to our football team. He's a fantastic young man, a very talented quarterback. He has all the qualities that you look for in a position, and everything about him as a person and a player fits everything that we're looking for. And it's a really exciting moment, I think, for our organization, for our coaching staff, for our front office. I think most importantly for our fans. This is an awesome moment for us to be able to have a player the caliber of Cam Ward. And can't wait to get to work. We got a long road ahead to get ready to go. We don't play until September, but there's a lot of work to be done in the meantime. But incredibly excited about adding Cam and to get started and get back to work.
It's gonna be
That's
interesting,
what,
man.
and the Patriots go Will Campbell.
I kind of figured that.
So Cleveland needs quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tackle, and corner. So 8.5 minutes left on the clock for Cleveland.
I'm trying to fix this, y'all. I'm sorry that the camera is
Oh,
moving
I already
everywhere.
have the Browns pick. I already have
What?
the Browns pick.
What?
I already have the Browns pick.
What is it?
Mason Graham out of Michigan.
Okay. That's what I thought. I'm getting a lot of
So
updates, so I think there's some delay on some stuff.
select Mason. Mason Graham.
Wow. So who's on right now?
Vegas, which means Genty is next, most likely.
Okay.
So there's a very good chance Ashton Genty is coming off the clock.
I'm wondering.
So I'm in this Titans group chat, and they said the Browns really screwed up their draft.
They did. I think they did. I really do. I didn't. Wow. But apparently that was their plan, unless they're thinking they're getting better players. And I don't know, man. I'm not sure there. It's very odd. Hey, where are we at with time?
It still ain't counting down for the Raiders.
Okay, because I got a couple more picks in me, and then your brother's got to go to work tomorrow.
Or do you?
Oh no, I'm going to work. Yes, I am. What are you looking up?
Trying to see if I can figure out if Genty is the next pick. So Borgonzi has made a statement saying we probably had all the questions answered a couple of weeks before the draft. We felt comfortable about that decision in drafting Cam Ward.
Yeah. Are you not watching live now?
I am, but like it's so delayed. Like it's crazy that we got Cleveland's pick before New England's pick was even announced.
Are you are you are you sure?
New
Because
England, yeah,
I've got the Browns on the clock right now. They're not even hasn't been announced yet.
they just announced it. I'm watching on ABC.
Okay. So
Oh,
that pick is in.
I got the Raiders.
What is it?
We know it.
Is it Genty?
Yep.
That's high, man. When is the last time a running back was selected that high?
I want to say CJ.
If you can, I would look that up.
Sheesh. I thought he was drafted higher than that.
Yeah, I didn't think so. He was coming out of East Carolina. What was he drafted at? 4?
28.
Okay.
Okay. The last running back taken top 10 was Bijan when he was taken at 8.
Okay.
He was the first running back to be drafted in the top 10 since Saquon was taken at number 2
Okay.
in 2018.
Yeah.
So Raiders go Ashton Genty. And that's the player you really wanted to see where he went.
I was so curious, man. But I mean, I said like last week that I figured this is
So
the
the
way
Jets are on the clock. The Jets are on the clock. They
Okay.
need quarterback, wide receiver,
got-
tackle, and defensive
No,
interior.
they're going Justin Fields. I mean, they've got Justin Fields, dude.
Well, who do they have backing him up?
Dude, they're not drafting that first though. I don't think they are. I think they're going tackle.
Well, they need
They're
wide
gonna get
receiver
him.
outside of outside of quarterback. They need wide receiver, tackle, and defensive interior.
Yeah, I think they go either tackle or defense right here.
I think they go wide receiver. Get the best wide receiver off the board.
No, I think
McMillan.
I think McMillan's going like 10 or 12.
You think he's going lower?
I don't think he goes here. I think you're right. Well, I think they go tackle or defense here. I don't think they go skill player. Well, it depends on the defensive player they get, but
Well, so far the board, except for the Cleveland pick, has held up. The
Yeah.
Cleveland and the Raiders. Both
Yeah.
picks are those only two that have not held up.
Yeah.
Cam Ward went at 1, Travis Hunter went at 2, Abdul 3, Campbell 4. And then but Mason Graham was on the most recent mock draft that was updated 1 hour ago. Mason Graham was projected to go 9 to the Saints.
Yeah.
And he went 5.
Yeah.
Genty went 6. Ooh. I don't think they go tight end here, but could they?
Oh, I did actually see one
Warren?
with that. Dude, all I hope is it looks like the Colts are gonna go tight end now, but I think they were going Loveland, the mock
Colston
draft
Loveland
I
out of
saw.
Michigan.
Yeah, the ones that I saw, I think that's what they had them going. Let's see. And sorry, guys, I'm going in and out because I'm actually checking stuff myself on the phone right now. So we got the Jets on right now, and then we'll have the Panthers, the
And
Saints,
their
and the
pick is
Bears.
already in.
Oh, okay. All right. And what we got? What is it?
I have no idea because all it says is pick is in.
Okay. I was wondering where they were going to go because they've reunited Wilson, and I actually wondered if they were going to trade. So it's interesting that they didn't.
Do they go tackle, offensive tackle? Go Mimbo out of Missouri?
Oh, I think yeah, potentially.
Armand Mimbo?
Yeah, that dude is a beast.
What did I say?
Is that where they went?
Yep.
Man, tackles flying off the board. Uh, I didn't know if they'd go there or Kelvin, honestly. I think Kelvin's stock got hurt a little bit because of
Yeah.
that performance. What game was that? Kelvin Banks.
The one where he
What
got
game was?
injured,
Yeah.
the A&M game.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And my mom and stepdad, they're in Austin this weekend
Oh, really?
at A&M Texas baseball.
Oh, that's funny.
And we've been talking all week. How funny would it be if A&M took down the number 1, the number 2, and then the new number 1?
Yeah. Who's the new number one right now?
Texas.
Oh, okay.
So Mimbo, man, the Browns screwed that all up when they went Graham, because take the teams out of it, the picks were basically consistent all the way up to that 5th pick. Because Ward went 1, Hunter 2, Carter 3, Campbell 4.
Yeah.
And you basically throw Graham from 9 up to 5. Genty pushed to 6. Mimbo went to 7.
Okay.
Carolina needs wide receiver, edge, and DB. I could see a spot where I could see a place where the Panthers go Jalen Walker out of Georgia.
Yeah. Is that pick? Has it been announced yet?
No. They haven't even announced the Jets pick on TV yet.
That's what I was saying.
They haven't. Yeah, they have not. They've not announced the Jets yet. But I know Carolina's already on the clock, and I think
Carolina's on the clock.
Once the Jets pick came in, the clock automatically started going for Carolina.
Oh, okay.
So Carolina's 10-minute clock automatically started.
Oh, okay. See, oh, I got you. God, I hate that I'm not watching this.
So Armand Mimbo goes to the New York Jets. Man, what I would have done.
That's the one that ran that like crazy 40 time, right? For like his size.
I think so.
I think it is the
4.91. 4.91.
Yeah, it was something like nuts for a tackle. Yeah.
And his 10-yard split was 1.74.
I remember because when we were talking about it, I was like, could you imagine him running full speed and just like trucking you? Like, a man that size.
I would have just laid down.
Yeah. I'm the same way. I'm like, oh, I'm good, man. Like,
because
I'm good.
Armand
I'm just gonna Olay you out of the way.
6'4.5", 332.
Dude, that is a Mack truck. That right there is you're getting hit by a car.
Since the Titans are done, before you get off here, let's dive into Tyler Lockett to the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, and I want to actually let me hit this back on real quick. I want to let everybody know too that like me and Lee, like we talk literally every day, even if it's just a couple texts like here and there or whatever. And he called this Like as soon as he hit the market, he was like, "We're gonna get Tyler Lockett, I bet." He goes, "I would love this." He goes, "I think this is what is gonna happen."
And
Once
what happened?
again, and it's so funny because the last time around draft time that Lee was right was the Traylon Burks trade.
Traylon.
Now I will say, yeah. But I will say Lee did not have us getting rid of AJ, but he did have us trading and then getting Traylon Burks. But I think the AJ stuff shocked us all. But for some reason around draft time, Lee just gets like real smart all of a sudden. But it's not the first time this man is like, he'll tell me some stuff sometimes, and I'm like, nah, man, dude,
That ain't
that's
gonna
crazy.
happen.
And then that shit ends up happening. But now I will say I've always liked Lockett. He's been on my fantasy teams for years. Um, they were kind of talking about it on the radio. I don't think he comes in and sets the world on fire. I think he's a 1 year guy, but I think he's a good veteran presence. And I think if you're expecting more than X amount of catches and 500 to 600 receiving yards, if you're expecting more than that, you're probably a little crazy. I don't think he's going to come in and do anything insane, but it does give us a little bit more security in that wide receiver room, which is it's terrible right now. Which is why I think in this draft, and Lee knows this, we at least got to get two in this draft.
Yeah.
Um, we're
Um,
one
the
early, one
Panthers
late.
have the Panthers have under 2.5 minutes left.
Oh, so it's
They're
gonna
almost 2 minutes
literally.
left.
So we're gonna get
They're
back-to-back picks here.
basically.
Okay.
And New Orleans just went on the clock because the pick is in for Carolina.
Okay. All right. So, oh, okay. I see. So right now we have got. I'm looking at it right now. So we've got Cam Ward. We got a quarterback one. I don't even know what you want to call Travis Hunter. Cornerback, wide receiver two, an edge rusher, two offensive tackles off the board, a defensive tackle, and a running back right now in the first 7 picks. That's where we're at right now. I'm gonna try Lee to at least stay. I want to see when the first receiver goes. Stay a little bit longer than I originally thought, but I'm, my opinion. I, I personally think Matthew Golden should be the first receiver off the board.
You're fixing to get the first wide receiver off the board.
Are you serious? Did they go McMillan?
They went McMillan.
So they're,
Panthers went McMillan.
I did not think, I'm all right. I did not think McMillan was gonna go that early, man. Huh. So they're gonna so now you got Xavier Legette now and McMillan on the same team. So we're going basically, what is that, 2 years in a row now? You've got top
Yeah.
receivers, or I should, you know, huh? Man, I mean Carolina's roster is is bad, so I think that's a good pick for them. Well, that changes some things, man. I didn't have them getting a receiver that early. I can't remember who I had for them picked, but it definitely wasn't a receiver. Because a lot of people didn't have McMillan go until 12 to the Cowboys. So now this is going to be that interesting pick, Lee. I'm really curious about the Saints pick, right? That's where we're at, the Saints.
Yeah.
Because I
So
read an article today, they said Jackson Dart is not going past the ninth
the
pick.
Saints.
Be yeah, the ninth pick because of the injury to Derek. How much you said the pick is in for the Saints?
For the Panthers on the TV, it says it's in. So we
Oh, okay.
still don't have the Saints pick.
Oh,
So
okay.
McMillan goes to Carolina.
I did not see that coming, man. I didn't see him going that early. I really didn't. I thought he'd go 12, 11, or 12. Because the Cowboys, are they 12?
The Cowboys are 12, and
Yeah.
Tankathon had him going to the Cowboys.
Yeah. Everywhere I saw had that. Ooh. I wonder if they saw that coming, or I wonder if the Cowboys were. Well, now I'm thinking Golden's gonna go there. What we got?
So Cam Ward says he's honored that the Titans turned down multiple offers to stick with him at number one. And apparently Nissan Stadium was going wild when the pick was announced for Cam Ward.
Yeah. Nissan Stadium was? Do they have a thing
Yeah,
there today?
they had a draft party.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Matt's in the freaking booth.
That's awesome.
Oh, so per Ian Rappaport, with plenty of trade options, the Panthers stick and pick. They select number 8, Arizona State, or Arizona wide receiver, McMillan. He's been quietly throwing with quarterback Bryce Young in LA.
Okay.
So the Saints have just over 3 minutes.
Yeah, definitely. I'm very curious there.
Dude, the pick is in for the Saints.
And it is what?
This is taking forever. Twitter is. Oh, hang on. I just saw something. that says the Giants offered multiple firsts to Tennessee.
Oh yeah, no,
And
yeah, I saw that.
the
I saw that.
Titans said
Is that on?
no.
Is that the Score Mobile one?
I'm looking at Twitter right now to see if I can get it, see if I have anything. It is not who we thought.
Who is it?
Just hang on. Kelvin Banks.
Really?
Saints went tackle.
What? God, man. Oh, I know. I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready to get off soon, but man, every time I say that, like
Pull up.
another pick kind of go.
Pull
I did
out.
not expect that. Yeah, I'm like, man, like because I got to work tomorrow. Like I'm tired, but I didn't see that come. So what is going on there with? Because Chicago's on the clock now, right?
Yes, Chicago is on the clock, and they
Chicago's on
need
the
running
clock.
back.
Okay,
They need running
so that'll
back,
be
defensive
10.
line, and safety.
Okay. Um, I'm
So,
probably after this next pick, I'll probably head out, man, because I'm tired.
so Alex tweeted, "Are we all Titans fans now?"
Oh, that's awesome.
Somebody commented and said, "Maybe a little, but it still fins up for
Yeah,
me."
hey, I liked having him on, man. Alex is a good dude. And he was telling us, just for the listeners, he said he's even down to like talk about the Titans like when they come out.
Even
Yeah, yeah, so
even during the season.
yeah, absolutely.
Man.
Because he said he's even though he's a Dolphins fan, he'll become a Titans fan.
Huh.
At least, what did I say? Welcome to the dark side.
Welcome to the dark side.
Yeah. I'm interested in this Bears pick though. Hmm. Now that Genty's off the board, where do you think they go?
Well, let's go back to do they I could see them probably going edge.
Michael Williams.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Or
Man,
Walker or
I'm
Jalen Walker.
yeah, either one of them, the Georgia boys. Where do you think you're before like I said, I'm gonna go soon, but where do you think your boy's
Stewart.
gonna go? Yeah.
Well, they have him. Let me go pull this back up. They have him projected to go to Atlanta at 15.
Okay.
But the Bears pick is in, so that means the Niners are on the clock.
What?
The
Was
Bears
there a
pick is
trade?
in. No, the
Wait,
Bears pick is in, which means the Niners are on the clock.
have they always been at 11?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And the Niners need guard, tackle, defensive line, and corner. So I could see the Niners going Barron, Jahdae Barron out of Texas,
Yeah.
who's the top corner on the board right now. So I think Michael Williams to Chicago, Jahdae Barron out of Texas to San Francisco at 11.
Let's see. Kelvin Banks to the Saints, man. I did not. Mm.
So I do have another clip I'm fixing to throw in here. And it's something I know that you have probably wanted to see.
Yeah.
And
With the first
it's
pick
of
in the 2025
Mr.
NFL Draft,
Cameron
the
Ward.
Tennessee Titans select Cameron Ward, quarterback.
Yeah, I want to see that. Yeah, definitely play that, dude. I want to see that because I haven't seen any of it yet. So,
Oh, they're announcing some of the schedule, I think, tonight.
oh, really?
Hold up, got a notification here. Oh, Indy just got screwed. Thank you, Chicago.
What?
Hang on.
What just happened? I hate when you do that, Lee. You're like notorious for it.
Colston Loveland to Chicago.
What? What?
Yeah.
Over Warren?
Is there something about Warren that we don't know?
I mean,
But
we talked, what was it, 2 days ago? Not yesterday, but 2 days ago, and you were like, dude, you need to look up his highlights. You're like, Warren is the truth. Like he's like could be another Kittle type situation. Something's up. Or honestly, I can't say that after the Giants took Danny Dimes years ago. So
here is Cam Ward. Or here's the commissioner announcing Cam Ward as the number 1 pick.
With the first pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Cameron Ward, quarterback, Miami.
So the expected is now official. And Cam Ward comes out of the green room. His night was as quick as we thought it would be. And he is the first overall pick of the 2025 NFL Draft.
dude, hey, can we talk about something though after that? Shador is definitely probably going somewhere we didn't expect. Like the Steelers. You still there?
Yeah. I'm pulling this up.
Lee, are you sticking around
And
for
as he
this?
said,
Go ahead.
dude, how could I not?
Okay, I know.
After that freaking trade that I sent you, could that happen? Probably.
I know. I wish I didn't have to work at the crack of
And
ass.
and the Titans could go get that receiver.
Mm. Borgonzi said he was doing one like later. So yeah. So who we got right now on the clock?
Niners pick is in. Dallas is on the clock.
Okay. I'll hear the Niners and then I'm gonna have to go, man. I gotta go to sleep.
I think it's probably Barron. Jade Barron.
I don't know. All right. Hey man, I hate to do it. I gotta go to sleep.
You got to go.
I gotta go. But hey, everybody, just want to like say I do think I'm gonna be on a little bit more often now. Not all the time, but every other couple weeks or whatever. I might be back on full time one day. But
One day.
it's been good.
Don't know
Yeah,
when.
it's been good being back, and obviously for big stuff. Lee, I'll go ahead
Definitely
and tell you, and
scheduled.
me and Lee have
Definitely.
not even, yeah, but like me and Lee haven't even talked about it. But Lee, just how when I first came on the pod, I definitely once we get all of our picks in and all of that good stuff, the pod that you do to recap everything, I will be on that. I'm telling you that. Lee doesn't even know that, but I will be. We'll do that again, just like when we first started. We'll kind of grade all the picks, like talk about, break everything down. So I'm gonna be back for that. But anyway, Lee, love you, brother, forever. Love you guys, but Tyler's out. He gotta go to work.
TK is out.
Out.
Deuces. Well, Giants fans, Cam Ward is the quarterback for the Tennessee Titans now. NFL schedule will be released. This is per Adam Schefter. NFL schedule will be released May 14th. Wednesday, May 14th. Sheesh. Well, Titans fans, I may not stick around. Uh, I may. Well, there's not much. There's not many picks left. By now we're probably at pick 13. So, how do we feel about Cam? Man, why does it take us long to get the 49ers pick in? Gee, it should not take this long for a pick to come in. So San Francisco needs guard, tackle, defensive line, and corner. And here comes the commissioner. Michael Williams to the 49ers, which is exactly what I was saying. 49ers select Michael Williams. And the Cowboys have 57 seconds left to get their pick in. And the Cowboys pick is in. And they take the Cowboys select Tyler Booker. So Dolphins have just over 7 minutes left on the clock. Well, do the Dolphins go Jahdae Barron? Indy could go Tyler Warren. So Miami does need corner. Indy needs edge. Well, Indy needs tight end, guard, edge, linebacker, and safety. And Atlanta needs wide receiver, center, edge, and linebacker. Well, so where does Miami go? I think they have to go Jahdae Booker. Not Jahdae Barron. Out of the University of Texas. And Miami's pick is in. Indy is on the clock. I think Miami goes Jahdae Barron. Miami goes Jahdae Barron. India, I think, goes Tyler Warren. Atlanta, I could see them going with Shamar Stewart. Mhm. I think we'll probably go to at least pick 21, which is Pittsburgh. And then we may take and call it a night. And maybe Shedeur Sanders is gone off the board. We've been going about an hour and 40, and we're only 13 picks in. That's exactly what I was thinking. So Dolphins go. Kenneth Grant. And the Colts go exactly what I thought they would do and go Tyler. Tyler Warren. So Dolphins select Kenneth Grant. And I already know the Indy pick, and Indy went Tyler Warren. they go and get the tight end, the former Nittany Lion from Penn State. So Tyler Warren is heading to Indy. Atlanta. What does Atlanta do? So they need wide receiver, corner, edge. Deep down inside, I think they go Shamar Stewart from Texas A&M. Tyler Warren. So they have just over 6.5 minutes left. Atlanta does. Well, Atlanta's clock is still ticking. So the draft started an hour and 40 minutes ago. So we got 6 more picks until we are going to call it a night. So the Falcons have a minute and like 40 seconds until their clock is up. And the clock is fixing to run out on Atlanta. And the pick is in. I think they're going the Aggie, Shamar Stewart.
Mike McGowan from Tennessee Titans. Yeah, how you doing, man? Mike McGowan from Tennessee Titans. Great, man. Got well there.
No, Falcons went Jalen Walker from Georgia. So the Cardinals are on the clock.
With the 15th 2025 NFL Draft, the Atlanta Falcons select Jalen Walker, defensive end, Georgia. There you go, boys. Oh, Jalen Walker, a great pass rusher. You know it can get a little quarterback. Maybe what you didn't know.
Well, there's one Georgia boy staying in the state of Georgia for his pro career. Jalen Walker, Georgia, stays in the ATL. Arizona Cardinals. Could this be my boy Shamar Stewart? Maybe. Just maybe. Maybe. We're going to take a quick 60-second break.
Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that. Yeah. Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that. Yeah. Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that.
Well, Arizona has 5.5 minutes left on the clock. So they should be making their pick any moment. Or could Arizona go Matthew Golden? Go wide receiver for the second year in a row in the first round. And the Cardinals pick And the Cardinals select wow. Cardinals select Walter Nolan, the former Aggie. Six 33. And the Bengals are on the clock. Do the Bengals get another Aggie like they did last year in the third round and go Jamar Stewart?
Well, I think the guy is a very, very talented guy. I mean, when he wants to play, he's probably as good as anybody in this draft as an inside player. A little bit of inconsistency in performance, moving around a little bit in his career. There's some people question, that part of his makeup. But I think this guy can be a fantastic player because of his athleticism and his ability to run inside, use his hands, and just
So Walter Nolan is heading to the NFC West. And the Bengals pick is in. And that also means that the Seahawks need center, guard, and edge. Center, guard, and edge. Arizona. So basically, Arizona and Cincy need the same thing, except for Cincy needs guard, defensive line, and linebacker. Not corner, but linebacker. Jahdae Barron, maybe. Hmm. Shamar Stewart to Cincinnati. And then Seahawks. Select.
Jamar Stewart, defensive end, Jamar Stewart is a remarkably gifted athlete. His wingspan is longer than LeBron James. Wow. He's one of the fastest men at his size. Edge rusher 260 pounds would run the stuff forward by 40 and record a 40-inch vertical leap in the combine. Stewart and Bud Dupree in 2015. Number 7 overall recruit in the ESPN 300. That middle number. Yeah, 4.5 sacks. Not this year. Career. Oh, wow. Yeah. I mean, for those of you who don't understand the numbers, when you hear what Rich just said, he's the guy, the first guy you want to take off the bus when you come to the game. I mean, he's absolutely a specimen when you talk about how big he is, how fast he is. I mean, what he can do is football and basketball. They call it the minute he set a school record deadlifting more than 600 pounds. But this is a question we talked about game day when you look at trait versus production. He's got the trait. So now, I watched this guy work out in the spring when I was recruiting, and he's got all the traits that you guys just said. I saw him firsthand, not only playing against him, but when he was a high school player and we were recruiting him. He can sprint, he can shed, he's got the quickness, he can bend, he's a good athlete, but yet for whatever reasons, he doesn't finish. And it's not a lack of effort. I mean, the guy plays hard and he's explosive, but he doesn't seem to have the production of some other players. You know, guys, I think when you look at Shamar, I think he's like a late bloomer. Like, he don't tell you. I got the kid. He said that he was always the last one picked in PE. He had like 2 left hands. He couldn't catch. And then he hooked up with a coach named Mo. And finally started to develop. And Coach Mo said, I'll make you a top pick in the NFL draft if you stick with me. I think he has all the traits, but he still needs to develop. He may be much more of a project, even though he's a first-round draft pick that people may anticipate. I'd probably call 5 A&M games over the last couple of years, and he's the guy when you're on the field, the pregame, you're looking at it, you're like, hey, that guy right there, coach? And he's like, yeah, he's that guy. Then you call the game, and he just disappears. Yep. He'll flash for a play, and you won't call his name for 3 quarters. So I think this is a potential pick. Yep. You're hoping that at some point the light goes off and he puts it together and lives up to that, all the numbers. Right. So there's a lot to life, but I think he's still trying to figure out how to put it together to get to production decrease you're talking about.
Well, you know, the other thing too, is there's a lot of guys who didn't have the production who turned out that great NFL careers. Richard Seymour went to 7 Pro Bowls, had 1.5 sacks last year at Georgia. Maybe Shamar Stewart's going to go and reach that potential as well, Laura.
And the Seahawks pick is in, which means the Buccaneers are on the clock.
Up to the top, I made that team proud. I love that. It's beautifully said. Brandon, I have to ask you what's around your neck.
So this is a Thanos piece. It's a custom piece from Al the Jeweler, out in New Jersey. You know, just something that symbolizes the path that me and Shamar have been on. You know, coming from Miami, Florida, not picking the University of Miami, deciding to leave home, going to Texas A&M. We were made out as villains, you know, and Thanos, he's a villain, and we know that once he snapped a finger, everything changes. Tonight, that phone call was that finger snap. Everything changes. We're here now, so now the league has to deal with it.
We can't wait to watch that. Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Latoya. Back to you, Reed.
Well, you know, one of the things that Shamar's parents said when he made that choice to leave Miami and go to Texas A&M is that there might have been distractions in Miami. So he went to College Station. Now, how you evaluate this statement is entirely up to you. But Miami and College Station, that's different. That's different type of 100%. There are distractions everywhere. Different kinds. Everyone's good.
Are you alluding to that affecting us?
Do the Seahawks go Mike Green?
How about if Roger Goodell stays with the Seahawks?
With the 18th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Seattle Seahawks select Ray Zabel, guard, North Dakota State.
Oh, Gray Zabel.
Several opportunities to leave, go to a higher level, and decided to stick with the Bison and live here, South Dakota, where the Zabels have gathered to watch the draft. They find out that they are going to play for the Seattle Seahawks. Big fella who is, you know, sort of the heart of the champion in the heart of the country, two-time champion, All-American at the FBS level, and he's also a farmer, which we'll get to in a better, but he can turn some earth and move some defenders too.
Yeah, I'm telling you, what really convinced me with this guy, played tackle, you know, in college, but he's probably going to be an inside player. And when he played center in the Senior Bowl, the guy was phenomenal, the natural at the position. You know, he's playing left tackle here. You see him run blocking, good position, good balance, and body control. But I just think when this guy played center, he was phenomenal, and I think that's going to be his natural position inside guard or center in the NFL.
I think that's what was appealing and attractive about him is his versatility. But what really blew my mind was that he was named the Senior Bowl Practice Player of the Week. And that's a poll taken by the 32 NFL execs who are on site. So it lets you know what they think of him and his practice habits too. He's going to be a heck of a pro. In school, he majored in agribusiness with a minor in economics, and certainly found a way to put together both of his loves in football and farming.
Kind of grew up on a family farm. It's been a lifelong dream of mine to start farming, and this past year I was able to have the opportunity to rent some ground and start my farming career.
So Tampa Bay needs edge, linebacker, and DB. There's a few places they could go. Jahad Campbell out of Alabama. Jahdae Barron, corner out of Texas. Mike Green, edge rusher out of Marshall, or Malachi Starks. safety out of Georgia. And the Buccaneers pick is in, which means Denver's on the clock and they need a running back. Hampton. I think Tampa goes Jahad Campbell here, linebacker from Alabama. Amari and Hampton. So we're probably fixing to close up shop. I'm going to let it go down to pick 25, which is Houston. So to recap the last 5 picks from Indianapolis. So Indianapolis goes Tyler Warren. Atlanta goes Jalen Walker. Walter Nolan to Arizona. Bengals go Shamar Stewart. And Seattle goes Gray Zabel. Or they could go Will Johnson. Now, here's Tampa's pick. Emeka Egbuka.
Washington, he played both sides of the ball, wide receiver and quarterback. He had a ton of bombers. Many thought he would stay home and do nothing. Instead, went to Ohio State, and he is the latest Ohio
receiver coach at Ohio State, has turned obviously a ton of receivers from the college ranks up to the NFL. I'll say this: I've been following Ohio State football pretty closely since probably the mid '70s. I don't know if I've been more impressed with a player at Ohio State than Emeka Egbuka because of how unselfish he is, how versatile he is, his attitude. He'll be a captain. He's that kind of guy. He'll be a locker room guy, not to mention what he can do on the field. And with Marvin Harrison getting all the attention last year, now the freshman Jeremiah Smith, all he did was go out every single week, not complain, not bitch about, hey, give me the ball. He just went out and made plays. And he'll block his tail off, just a complete package. I think he could be the offensive rookie of the year.
Yeah, this guy's going to be a great slot. He's not the flashiest guy in the world, but he's smooth, he's smart. He's the best all-around receiver to me because he'll block, he'll do whatever he has. He plays with a great character. Some people question speed, but this guy's a mature, intelligent player that's very reliable in terms of making plays.
Monroe St. Brown is a guy that they have compared him to in terms of stylistically. In fact, you can have one if he could do that.
Yeah.
They would certainly be impressed. Since the 2022 draft, look at the Buckeye receivers who've gone in the first round. The Stars, they're the first program to have a first-round wide receiver in 4 straight drafts. Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave going back-to-back in 2022 to the Jets and the Saints, respectively. And then it's kept following it up with more stars in 2023. Jackson Smith and Jigba going to the Seattle Seahawks. Marvin Harrison Jr.
These guys are good.
4th overall. They're all really good. And now Emeka Egbuka follows suit. You mentioned about how impressive he was off the field too. My goodness. I mean, just sensational. And you know what?
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah, this Jeremiah Smith, you ever seen him? We're watching him on the sideline of Penn State, Ohio State. Every NFL scout there said, we can draft right now. He's number 1 overall.
Right now, spring deals are under $20 at the home.
So Denver has 2:40 left on the clock. Wow. Broncos Oh. And Denver's pick is in. Well, let's see where Denver goes.
April is World Wish Month, and the NFL is proud to support the life-changing wishes that Make-A-Wish grants. Yes. One of those wishes will be coming true right now. Sam is a 17-year-old Broncos fan who has bravely battled cancer. His wish is to announce the first-round draft pick for his favorite team. Please join me in cheering on Sam as his wish comes true. Take it away, Sam. Go Broncos. All right. With the 20th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Denver Broncos select Danae Barron, DB, Texas.
Won the Thorpe Award as the nation's best defensive back, and now he's paired with Pat Surtain, who's just brilliant for the Broncos in defense. They've got the lockdown defense now back there. You see Johnny's watch party and celebration in Austin, Texas, but Johnny is not just a playmaking corner.
Horns down.
He plays in the alley, too.
The love from bowling came from my mother, Shauna Davis. We always go spend time with each other, and with three little sisters, they get to little lanes, and so we'd always compete. One of my favorite memories, my mother played was volleyball. It's the first time I beat her. She always used to beat me growing up, because I was little and things like that. And I got to hang with her. She can't beat me. I'm a 190 guy. That's pretty good for somebody who doesn't play professional bowling. My highest on a good day has been 220. I'm not a striker all the time. I get spares all night. If anybody in the show wants to challenge me,
Well,
But this guy can do it all on the back end of any secondary. Vance Joseph, the defensive coordinator, there, he's got to be so happy. You touched on it. Not only is he have one of the top corners in Surtain, Riley Moss also really coming off to be a Pro Bowler. Now you have
so we could get a Fedor Sanders pick right here, maybe.
On the outside, and all he did is win the Thorpe on the outside of the corner. But I'd be surprised if he doesn't move inside the Vance Joseph system because of what they have in Surtain and Moss and just the overall defense that they have. A lot of different options of what they can do.
I think this is one of the most versatile DBs in the draft. This guy's played corner, he's played star, he's played dime, which is like linebacker, 6 defensive back. He's got great ball skills. He's got really good feet. He's very, very instinctive, very smart player. So this guy is unique in his versatility as a player and his football IQ in terms of how he plays. He plays faster than he is, and he's fast enough.
Hey, Coach, would you love it because he comes up and he wants to hit people?
No,
You know,
no,
but a lot of corners that want to hit
He's
people.
a football player. I asked him his why. I spoke to him on the phone. He said, it's because of my mom. He said, my mom.
And the Steelers pick is in.
I said, what do you mean? He said, it wasn't a sacrifice she did. He said, it was an investment. That whole perspective really just opened my eyes to the way he looks at life. I mean, very just God-fearing man. He has a lot of credit to his religion and loves his mom. He said, I'm doing this for my mom and my siblings. For him to say, Fields. Both of those guys are gone, and so the Steelers certainly need a quarterback. We talk about Aaron Rodgers, the former Packer, former Jet, perhaps going there. That's not settled yet. So the question is, what is it that the Steelers will do with the 21st pick? And is this the best opportunity for Colorado's Shedeur Sanders and the son of Deion Sanders to be selected in the first round after his terrific year with the Buffaloes? Pittsburgh has made its selection, and Roger Goodell is on his way to the podium, the commissioner of the National Football League, with the announcement of the Steel Team.
Steelers select Derek Carmen.
Derek Carmen had a terrific year for the Ducks, and you see him celebrating with his family. His mother has had serious health issues and is seriously ill right now. You see the emotion on Derek's face. He started his career at Michigan State, which is not far from his home in Farmington Hilton, the Detroit area. Derek Carmen and his family, an emotional night as he is selected 21st overall by the Pittsburgh Steelers.
My mom means everything to me. Her name is Tiffany Shane. That's my route. That's my life. My freshman year at Michigan State, she ended up having a stroke, which left her paralyzed on her left side. It was kind of hard, but it's something that we was used to as far as her health, because just growing up, she had about 8 brain surgeries. I'm originally from Detroit, Michigan, so I was probably 45 minutes away from home, so I went to Michigan State. It was very hard leaving and going to Oregon. It was probably a hard decision I had to make. I sat down with my mom.
Who else needs a quarterback in this back end?
For her, it's time to make a decision for myself. I carried that the whole process of going 2,000 miles away all over. So the reason why
And nobody. Shedeur's fixing to drop out of the first round.
I love you, Mom. Everything I do is for you.
Derek's mom is undergoing several brain surgery. NIL money to buy her an accessible van. She is seriously ill right now.
Well, Titans fans, I'm fixing to call it a night. So we're at pick 22. There's 10 picks left. Like usually, like Malachi Starks, Mike Green, I could see going to like a place like Baltimore. Jahad Campbell, maybe Detroit. Will Campbell, maybe Green Bay. Malachi Starks, maybe Minnesota. So, Giants fans, this has been a fun night, but I'm closing up shop. There's 10 picks left. If anything happens, I will make a video on it later. But Giants fans, as I always say, stay classy and tighten up.
Tighten up! Let's get tightened up! Tightened up!